fleeting life is. It's so quick. Try not to get upset about things that don't really matter, and keep those people close to you and hold them tighter together, and try to work on ourselves to grow. That's really the ultimate message for me.
If I could hit the round of applause on my soundboard right now, holy shit.
You know what, Rory? I want to share.
Go right
more.
ahead, man. You got time. We got time. Let's go.
We got time. Can I share one more thing? You guys listening. I've spent my career at Disney and I've worked on lots of Disney movies. But the best, my favorite Disney movie of all Disney movies is the movie that taught me the greatest lesson of life. Right? Disney movies are not just entertaining; they teach us something. All great stories should. And the movie is The Lion King, okay? So this is BF. This is before Frozen, okay? And in the film The Lion King, you got Simba. He's little. He's young. He can't wait to be king someday. He sings a song about it. Just can't wait to be king. And he thinks being a king is you can do whatever you want. And Mufasa's like, Simba, there's more to being a king than getting your way all the time. Simba's like, there's more. He thinks being a king, being great is I can do whatever I feel like doing. And then Mufasa dies. Hopefully I didn't ruin it for anybody. The movie's 35 years ago.
Should have seen it.
I ruined it for you? Yeah, right? So Mufasa dies. Simba thinks it's his fault. Goes off and lives in, Hakuna Matata world, right? Hakuna Matata, right? With Pumbaa and Timon. And he's got everything you could want. He's living in the Garden of Eden, lying on a hammock, eating food. It's lush. There's a waterfall, greenery and flowers. Beautiful. Years and years go by, and Nala shows up. Remember, she shows up, but she's all grown up now. And they sing their little song, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? The sun is setting. They're rolling around in the grass. They do that weird scene when they're about to kiss.
Yeah.
Their heads are going. I always cover my kids' eyes when that comes up. I don't think that should be watching that. It's not appropriate. And after they roll around in the hay, so to speak, then she talks to him. She's like, Simba, it's good to see you, but you got to come back with me. He's like, what do you mean? She's like, you got to come back. And he's like, no, I'm staying here. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata means no worries. Look where I live, in the Garden of Eden. She goes, maybe I didn't make myself clear. Scar's taking over everybody, and if you don't come back, everyone's going to die, and you are responsible. And then you know what he says? Hakuna Matata. I'm staying right here. And she goes, I can't believe you. I can't believe you're staying. He's like, whoa. You're beginning to sound like my dad. She goes, at least one of us does. And you know what she does? She leaves. Leaves him. Yeah, but a minute earlier, you loved him. You're tossing around in the sunset. You're singing love songs. You see, she even says before she goes, why won't he be the king I know he is, the king I see inside? She wants to help him become great. That's what I'm talking about, a real relationship. She's like, yeah, I love you because I see the potential in you. That's what love is. And if you don't see that in yourself, I'm going to leave you. Because tossing around in the sunset is nothing. I want to see you grow and become a better man, Lion. You know what I mean? She leaves. He's left there. He sees his father's reflection. Remember who you are. Right after Rafiki comes. And Simba realizes, you know what? I got to go back. He goes back, defeats Scar, and Lion King becomes the biggest animated movie of all time before Frozen. Why? Not because we love movies about lions, but because that movie shows us a taste of what real greatness is. You know what greatness is? Waking up every day and not thinking, what can I do to make me happy? What do I feel like doing? How do I find a life of comfort? That's not what life's about. Life's about taking responsibility for the world. And where do we take responsibility? Wherever we have the ability to respond. Responsibility is the ability to respond. Everywhere in our day, we have a moment where we can make an impact on someone else's life. You know who wakes up every day and thinks, what can I do to make me happy? What can I get? Children do. That's why they have to grow up. And hopefully now that we're adults, we don't wake up every day going, what can I do to make me happy? How do I get more? How can I live my passion? No, it's how can I serve more? How can I make an impact? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, when I wake up and I realize that I'm responsible for the world, that is energizing. And we put our heads in our pillows at the end of the day, we should know that today I tried to make an impact. And then we will have something that's so much sweeter than happiness. If you ask everybody, what do you want in the world? You know what they'll tell you? I want to be happy. I want to be happy. Well, there's something sweeter than happiness, and it's called living a life of meaning. And meaning only comes from when we wake up and we think about the other person, sensitive to the other person. I walk into my home at the end of the day. Let's say I had a tough day at work. I'm going to walk into my home. And let's say I had a hard day. My wife's going to be like, oh, your father's here, kids. Give him space. Let him sit in his chair. He had a hard day. Or maybe, just maybe, before I walk in my home, I could be like, you know what? Let me grow up. Let me keep my hard day at the door and walk in. And the first thing out of my mouth should not be talking about how hard my day was. It could be actually asking my wife, honey, how was your day? Be there for her. Or how about this? What about my 8-year-old Naomi? I could walk in and say, honey, how was your day? What, an 8-year-old can't have a tough day?
Let's talk about it, man.
Emotions are strong for kids. Life is about growing up, taking responsibility for the world, working on ourselves, and hopefully continuing to try to taste something better than happiness. True joy comes from living a life of meaning. Lion King, man. It's the circle of life.
And I'll say this to people right now. I'm not even going to say anything after that. We let moments on this podcast just breathe. Just let it breathe.
Thank you, brother. So appreciate you,
Sir,
Rory.
I'm going to say something to you here is keep doing what you're doing. Your calling, man. You got your calling. I feel there's another calling somewhere in there too. And the story